Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a little card game called Mephisto. Mephisto is a 1 to 4 player card game where players are working in a dungeon to try to kill baddies to get the most soul points by the end of the game. The game's going to take place over a series of turns. Each player is going to draw some cards, play some cards, and then take a main action of either taking some goods out of the dungeon, sending new monsters in, and getting rid of some old ones, or fighting some baddies that are already in there. When the deck runs out, the game is over. That's enough of the overview. Let's go down to the table, see how it plays. Okay, so here's a game of Mephisto set up for 2 players. To get started, you're going to set up the dungeon in a 3x3 grid, or a 3x2 grid, so they'll be just like this. Shuffle all the cards. You'll give each player 3, put the rest of them here in the draw pile, discard pile will be over here, and each player is going to get a favor track. As you can see right here, it goes 0 to 10, and they're also going to get a turn order card that also functions as a card that shows you what all the symbols mean, and they're going to start with 5 favor. They're going to track it with their turn order card. Alright, so on a player's turn, they're going to do a couple different things. First thing they're going to do is they're going to draw a card. So they'll draw a card. So let's go ahead and start with this player. So they drew this card. They drew an item. Then they can play as many cards as they want to their side of the dungeon. So I'm playing on this side. So I'm going to play this mysterious item. It's a mysterious potion. It doesn't go in front. It's not a weapon, so I don't have to put it in the dungeon. But I also have to discard 1 card. You can see right here, it has a little ribbon. That means that's how many additional cards you have to discard to play that. So I'm going to discard this vampire. So the vampire is gone. And now I'm going to use this card. It also has a durability. You can see the little numbers in the corners. Every time you use the card, you have to tap it. And once you tap and there's no more numbers in the top left corner, the card's dead. So I'm using this, I'm tapping it. I'm going to discard the top card, and then whatever it is going to tell me what I get. So it's a spell. A spell says I get to draw another card. So I'm drawing another card. Alright, then I'm going to play a mallet to right here. So weapons get played out in a lane of the dungeon. So this is 1 lane, 2 lane, 3 lanes. Now let me show you how these work. This has a 3 strength, has a range of 2. So if I play it here, I can hit this card or that card. It didn't cost me any other cards to play because there's nothing in the ribbon, and it has the durability numbers in the corner. And it also has an ability when I play it. So in this case, when I play the mallet, I can repair 1 durability to any item or weapon. So I will turn my mystery potion back to 3. And then next thing I can do on my turn is I can choose one of the following actions. I can loot, which means take a non-monster card from the dungeon. I can fight, which means I'll use my weapon to fight one of the monsters in the lane. Or I can summon, which means I'll swap a monster card from my hand with any card in the dungeon, and then I get 3 favor. I don't want to do that, so I don't want to loot right now. Actually, I do want to loot, so I'm going to take this repeater. So I'm going to take this card, put it in my hand, and then it gets refilled. Just like that. And that will be my turn. Then it's the next player's turn. They're going to follow the same order. They're going to draw a card. They have a monster, a spell, and a weapon. So they're going to draw a card. They got another spell. So what they're going to do is they're going to play a shovel right here. They also have to discard 1 card, so they're going to discard a zombie. And then that has a weapon or ability, and it has a range of 2, so they can hit this guy or that guy if there was a guy there. Next thing they're going to do is they're going to attach this spell to that weapon, so they have a blazing shovel. It doesn't cost any additional cards because it's a 0. So this goes down here, and it's going to add +2 strength to that weapon. And then they are going to fight. So they're going to fight this 9. So they have a 4 and a 2. Now, to make up for, they need to have either the 9 or higher to kill that monster. So they have 6. To make up for the rest, they can cash in favor. So they'll use 3 favor. It'll be a 9, and then they'll kill the monster. When you kill a monster, it's going to give you an ability down here for the rest of the game whenever it applies, and it's going to give you 2 points toward the end of the game. So this player now has 2 points that goes to the side. This weapon taps because it's now weaker, and a new card comes out. And that's their turn. Next, it's this player's turn again. They're going to draw a card. I'm going to show you the summoning, maybe. Nope, I can't show you summon because I don't have it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this card. Nope, I'm not going to play that. I'm going to play this talisman down in front of me. It doesn't cost any cards to play because it has a 0 and a banner. I can tap it to copy an ability of any item in play. I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm going to tap my mystery potion, discard the top card. It is a weapon. When it's a weapon, I can repair one item, so I'm going to repair the mystery potion back to 0. And then I'm going to attach this card, and it's an upgrade to my mallet. It's going to make it +2 strength, and if it was damaged, I could make it stronger, but it's not, and it cost me 1 card, so I'm going to go ahead and discard this card along with it. And now for my main action, I'm going to fight the skeleton. I have a 5, a 3 plus a 2, and I have a 2 range, so I can hit it. So I'm going to use 1 favor, that makes it a 6, and this is dead. So I killed this, and I get 1 point for the end of the game. No ability, because the exclamation mark means when it comes out of the deck into the dungeon, that's what happens. So this is mine. We refill. It's an exclamation mark. So we are going to draw a card. Each other player draws or gains 2 favor. So that was my turn, so I get to draw a card. This opponent will gain 2 favor. All right. And we're going to keep moving around like this and around like this until the deck runs out. In a 2-player game, when the deck runs out, whoever has the most soul points is the winner. If there's a tie, whoever has the most favor points is the winner. In a 4-player game, there's a little bit different of a setup, so let me show you some of that real quick. In a 4-player game, it would kind of be set up like this. So this card would be flipped. A 3 or 4-player game would look something like this. This card would look like this. Go here, here. Then the draw pile will be in the middle. So you're going to have, like in a 4-player game, you'd have somebody going this way in the dungeon, somebody going this way, somebody coming this way, and someone going this way. And then basically it's a 3x3 grid, but each row has a dead card in it. So this card's basically just there to block. Plays the same way, except when you get to the deck the first time, you're going to shuffle the discards in and make it the deck again. And then when you run out the second time, that's the end of the game. Whoever has the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, whoever has the most favor is the winner. So that's a quick overview of how you play Mephisto. Let's go to the top and see what we think about it. All right, so that was Mephisto. This is a fun little card game. I like it. I think I like it better at 2 than I do at more players, but you can play it from 1 to 4. I haven't played it at 1, but I played 2 and I played 4. And 2 is a little smoother. It's easier to kind of battle with your opponent at 2. 4 gets a little clunky, and I feel like there's not enough cards, but the gameplay is still the same. One person's controlling each side of the dungeon, just like in a 2-player, except you have players on every side. The gameplay is easy. You're drawing a card, you're playing some cards, and then you're taking one of the 3 main actions. It's not complicated. All the word and the text on the cards tell you exactly what you need to do. One thing I really like is the rotating of the cards. Like you can see on this card, has the numbers. Then you're going to rotate. And then if you rotate and there's no more numbers, the card dies. So that is a really cool idea that I haven't seen done in the game before. And I also really like the art. I know the designer did the art on some of the cards, but that's one of the items. Here's another monster that looks kind of cool. Just all the monsters are pink. All the items are green, like this. And all the spells kind of look something a little like this. So it's just cool, like whimsical art for a game about killing monsters in a dungeon, and I kind of dig it. But yeah, that's Mephisto. It's going to be hitting Kickstarter in October. I think October 9th sounds correct. If not, I'll put the correct date in the video description. If you're into card games that are fun, like 2-player battle cards games, this is a good game for you. If you like games that you can just go in and kill some baddies and see who can outthink the other opponent by playing better weapons and kind of messing people over by taking the monsters in their row and replacing them with something else, this is a game for you. The theme, I mean, it's about selling your soul to the devil, but really, I mean, it could probably have been anything. The art really, I think the theme is darker than the art, so if the theme kind of turns you off, don't let it. It's a cute little dark theme game with fun little artwork. So yeah, that's Mephisto. Go check it out when it hits Kickstarter, and I hope you enjoyed the review, and keep gaming.